What is up, everybody? My name is Nate. Welcome to the channel. If you're looking for a cheap Middle Eastern style fragrance, a lot of these are clones or interpretations of popular designer or niche fragrances, but these are Latafas, Maison Alhambra, Paris Corner. There's a ton of different options on the market right now, and if you're overwhelmed with the amount of clones out there, I totally feel you. I put together a list, a pile of 15 different fragrances that smell amazing, that are gonna be excellent fragrances for, you can wear these every day. Some of them are kind of special occasion fragrances, but they're pretty well done and they're masterfully crafted. They smell like the originals, and also to add in the air, they smell pretty much identical to the popular niche brands. So a lot of these you could pick up in the description down below. I have two links to Jumbo Shop or fragrancebuy.ca. They have good offerings on a lot of these fragrances. Some of them are discontinued, and I'm gonna talk about those in a little bit. But let's jump right into this. I want to kind of get this one out of the way. It's a very popular fragrance. A lot of people love it. I don't personally love it, but it is a really good woody style. It's dark, it's woody, it's impactful, and it pulls in a lot of compliments from what a lot of people say. I haven't worn it all that much because I don't really enjoy it, but this is Oud for Glory, and this is a take on Oud for Greatness. It's a very dark, rich wood, like saffron, patchouli character in here. This one is a very deep, rich fragrance. Wear this one in the winter time, in the fall time, and a lot of people love it. It's pretty cheap too. You can get it in between like $20 and $30 in that price range, but it's a dark, mysterious kind of fragrance. You might be off-put by it, but that it is what it is. Next one on this list is Amir et Oud by Latafa. This one is very good. It's sweet though. It's got even a sugar note in here, but it's also got some woody aspects and also a lot of different nuances in here as too. It smells like the popular version of By the Fireplace by Replica. So if you're into By the Fireplace at all, this one is kind of like a Middle Eastern take on it. It's got a lot of more rich woods in there, but for the most part, it's gonna get you that same kind of By the Fireplace mood or aspect to it. This one doesn't have that marshmallowy campfire kind of smell that Replica has though. If you want By the Fireplace, I would just say get By the Fireplace. Not only are you gonna love it, but you're also gonna know that you're wearing By the Fireplace, and the confidence from that alone, you know, is worth it. This is an excellent company. This is Maison Alhambra. I talk a lot about them, but this is Hercules. This is their offering of the popular Parfums de Marly cologne, Herod. And this is some sexy, stunning stuff. This is rich tobacco. This is spicy. This is also vanilla in here. It's sort of similar. It would be in the same vein as like a Spice Bomb in that kind of, you know, DNA. Mainly designed for the fall and the winter time. That's when you're really gonna love the way you smell with this. When the temperature is cooler outside, it's not so blistering hot. This one could choke you out in the summertime, so just be warned of that if you're interested in it at all. But it is a very good clone, and it's pretty cheap too. I have the whole line of the Parfums de Marly, Maison Alhambra, you know, clones, interpretations, and they're all pretty great. I have another one on the list later on down in the list, but this one is a really good offering. Check it out if you're interested. Fragrance Buy, I think, has them, or you know, you could find them around online. Cahiers Al Farsan is another excellent offering from Latafa. I think this is Latafa. Is this? Yeah, Latafa, right at the bottom here. I get these all confused. And so Maison Alhambra actually is an offshoot of Latafa, so they're like a sub-brand. It's kind of confusing. Even I get confused a lot of the time. Anyway, this is a pineapple woody smell. So if you are into like Creed Aventus or Hashavat by Nishane, or even Club de Nuit Intense Man. They're not like identical clones of that, but this one is rich pineapple, like a juicy pineapple too. You can smell it, like you can smell the juiciness of the pineapple in here. And then it's got a rich woody accord in the bottom. It's like an oud character, so it's a very rich woods in the bottom, but it's laid on top of that juicy pineapple. So it's a very balanced, very well done fragrance. It's an everyday use too. I get some great performance out of it too, so it's a pretty good performer. And a lot of these are really good performers because it seems like they took the formulation of the original and just cranked up the performance on all of these, and a lot of them are really good performers. If you're worried about performance or anything like that, Anyway, this is highly recommended from me. This is Cayenne Alfreson Pineapple Beast, rich woods at the base, really excellent stuff. The next one is probably the cheapest one that you can pick up in this entire list. They're pretty cheap, everything is pretty cheap in here, but this one is like 14 bucks. This is Azaji Silver Intensive, and this is so magnificent. I've got 3 compliments from this thing, just having it in the brief time that I've had. I have a lot of fragrances, so wearing fragrances like day to day, like all of my bottles are like 99% full. So it's kind of like when I say I wear this a lot, you know, it's like, no, you don't. I see the bottle. Anyway, I have a lot of fragrances, but I wore this about 3 times. And in the 3 times that I wore it, I did get compliments. Not even compliments, just somebody noticed me and said, wow, you smell really good. And I don't really classify that as a compliment. Anyway, this is like juicy aquatic. This is insanely fresh. It's aromatic. A lot of people associate this with La Nuit de l'Homme, and even I kind of pulled the comparison in my earlier videos when I first bought it, because I bought it, it was a hype beast, and everybody was saying that it smelled like La Nuit de l'Homme. So I sprayed it on my hand. Actually, a lot of people said that it smelled like Blue Electric, and I've always wanted to buy a bottle of Blue Electric, but I've never smelled it before. So I sprayed it on, you know, my skin, and I'm like, oh, that's Blue Electric, but apparently it's not. So if you're looking for a La Nuit de l'Homme clone, I would actually recommend you this one right here. This is Poker Face. This is a very good, simple to use fragrance, and this is on Amazon. I picked mine up from Amazon and they shipped it within like 2 days. So if you're interested, there's a link to Amazon down below. I'll have this link down below. But this is really nice. This is La Nuit de l'Homme. This is like a stickier, creamier version of it. It's powdery, it's sophisticated, but it's La Nuit de l'Homme. This is a much better clone of La Nuit de l'Homme than this is. But this is excellent. If you wanted to buy this as an everyday scent, you can more than do so. The next one on the list is Shiaka, and this is a Reflection Man clone, and it's simply so well done. It's very herbal. It's got like this herby, that's a word. It's got this herbal character to it, which kind of puts off, in my nose, it puts off this like menthol vibe. There is no mint in here. So it's just kind of the formulation or something going on in here that's giving off that vibe, but very herbal, very sophisticated, very fresh. It's an everyday scent. You can wear this all year round, and it just smells absolutely incredible. Like I said before, I don't get on the bandwagon of a minty fragrance, so this is a little challenging for me, but by all means, it is a very fresh aromatic cologne. A lot of people love it. A lot of people rave about it. It got a lot of hype, you know, a little while ago. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. It just needs time to sit for you. It really does. It needs time to sit. I'm talking to myself about this mainly. It's really good. The DNA is kind of interesting to me. The next one on this list is Trillium by Amir. This is excellent stuff. This is Paris Corner. This is they've got a bunch of different like sub-brands like Lattafa does. So Amir Trillium is an amazing Elysium cologne, cologne parfum or whatever it is. This is an excellent fragrance. It's fresh, it's aromatic. It's the same kind of deal as Elysium, and in the air, this will smell identical. I don't own Imperium, which is another take. I think that's from Fragrance World who did that one. Go look up if you're interested in this one at all, go look up Aromatics. He does an excellent job at breaking down this one and Imperium. So go check out his video. He always like goes down to the nitty and gritty, and he's always pretty accurate with his thoughts. So go check out that video, but this one is highly recommended from me unless I try Imperium and it's even better, then I would recommend that one. I have Alexandria Fragrances Zion, which if you're interested in that one, I would say just pick that one up because that one is excellent. But this one has the same kind of freshness, the same kind of deal that Elysium gives you. Detour Noir is another one that's an excellent latent clone. This is that beautiful appley kind of fragrance, but it's also got some like rich vanillas in here, some woodiness. It smells like a masculine modern douchebag, which you know, might sound bad, but it's amazing. This could be an everyday scent, but it also could be like a going out and party scent. You do smell kind of like that cologne vibe. A lot of people will say, wow, there's a lot of cologne in this room, or something like that if you're working in like an office environment. But I wouldn't recommend it for that everyday or like a party time fragrance. This is not like a professional scent that you would wear to an office, but it's really, really good. I have another Layton cologne here. No, I don't, never mind. Anyway, it's some sexy stuff. It's really, really, really well done, and it's massively popular. But then again, Layton is such an amazing fragrance that if you're interested in getting the DNA of Layton, I would say just get Layton, but I know how expensive it is, and these are like 1/10 of the price. You could buy 3, 4 of these for the same price as 1 bottle of Layton, and that's appealing. That's very appealing. All right, this next one. This one is interesting, but I find it really unique, and I'm gonna pull it out in the fall and the winter time, this coming fall and winter. This is Tabac by Maison Alhambra. And man, this had a lot of hype behind it a few months ago, and I bought it based off the hype, and I was very, very concerned that I was gonna hate it. But to my surprise, I actually really like it. It's got this like beautiful plum note in here, but it's rich tobacco. It's resinous, it's sticky, it's got this honey accord in here. It's really sweet tobacco, beautiful plum. It's so sexy. It is, it's a little rich. It's a little rich. So if you're not on the bandwagon of like a rich cologne that could be overpowering if you overspray it, but if you underspray it, it's just right. Yeah, it's in that ballpark. If you overspray this one, you're most likely gonna get a headache. But if you spray it just right and the weather is cooler, something magical happens. Actually quite nice. It's too much for the summertime and the springtime. If you're thinking about buying this one, don't buy it like in the high heat seasons. Even the spring, I wouldn't even buy it in the spring, because then for the rest of the season, you're not even going to be able to wear it all that much. You're going to spray it on your hand once in a while and be like, I can't wait for fall, and that's a terrible thing to do. This fragrance, though, you can wear it in the the summertime and the springtime. This is Porto Neroli. This is a dupe on Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford, and this is some amazing stuff. You gotta like Neroli though. If you don't like Neroli, it's gonna come across like an old lady. I don't think of it as an old lady fragrance. I think of this as a perfect, beautiful, like summertime, sitting next to the pool, drinking a nice drink, soaking up the sun rays, something like that. Something that I need to do effective immediately. Now for the bad news. This was discontinued because of a lawsuit. I mean, clearly. But you can't find this anymore, or it's really hard to find. I would not overspend for it though, because Maison Alhambra probably will re-release the same juice inside. They'll just repackage the bottle. So if you're interested in this one at all, either wait on it. If you can find it for a good price, it's worth it, but just wait on it, because Maison Alhambra will most likely, they'll release a new fragrance. It'll probably be Porto Neroli Not, and then it will be fine after that. So just kind of wait on it, I think. But if you can find it for a good price, definitely get it. Jubilant is another amazing fragrance. This is a clone on Jubilation, which is from Amouage, and this is an excellent scent. I was actually, the first time I wore this, I was like, if this is the clone, I need the real deal. It's so sexy, it's smooth. I was considering, honestly, when I first bought it, I was considering just buying the original Jubilation, and I would honestly recommend that too. If like you sample Jubilation first, and then if you like that one, buy this, wear the hell out of this, and then just buy Jubilation when you're, I know this is like mumbo jumbo, but buy that one when you're set on this. This is an excellent, elegant fragrance. It can be done pretty much all year round, I think. I think it would be a little bit better in the fall, the springtime, maybe even the winter time, but but it's pretty good. I like, it's a classy fragrance too. And so if you're looking for something like a niche, you know, perfume to like take on, you know, take to parties and stuff, this would be an excellent smell. So here's a good example of me buying a fragrance. I bought a fragrance and I had no idea what it was duping. So this is North Stag's Neff, and I didn't know what this was cloning. I bought it out of curiosity. It sat for a while. I forgot that I had it. I was like, oh wow, I have it. You know, sprayed it on and I was like, this is so good. And this is a clone on Grand Soir. And I've been eyeing Grand Soir for a long time because I'm a sucker for like vanillas and ambers and that kind of thing. So I figured I have to have it. And so I had no idea that this was a clone of it. I sprayed it on, I started loving it. And then I found out that this was a clone of Grand Soir. So I'm gonna be buying a bottle at Grand Soir eventually. But that thing is pricey. It's so rich. It's vanilla, it's amber, it's like woody. It's so nice. Anyway, North Stag is from Maison Alhambra. No, Paris Corner. This is a Paris Corner fragrance, and it's an excellent fragrance. I'm pretty sure that the whole North Stag line is an excellent offering from the company, from what I know, from watching Aromatics. All right, from Lattafa, this is Assad. Assad is a clone on Dior Sauvage Elixir, and this is a sexy clone. There's a lot of different clones on the market right now. I'm trying to get a few more clones of different options so that I can recommend them to you guys. But this one is so good. It's sexy. It's not as powerful as, you know, say Dior Sauvage, because Dior Sauvage is such a beast. It's such a projection animal, and it lasts for a long time. So if you're looking for a powerful fragrance that just kills the game, I would just say get Dior Sauvage Elixir, really. But if you're looking to save some money, this one is a really good. This is Assad by Lattafa. It's gonna get you the same kind of smell in the air. Up close, it's a little bit more like vanilla and spicy and kind of creamy, in like right up close when you're smelling it up close to your hand like that. But in the air, it's pretty much identical. People are gonna just smell you and you're gonna just smell great. They're not gonna be like, oh, you're wearing Assad and not Dior Sauvage Elixir. You're a brokey. It's not gonna be anything like that. Here's another good example of a clone doing it better than the original. This is a clone on Parfums de Marly Pegasus. And Parfums de Marly Pegasus was my first Parfums de Marly. And let me just tell you, that stuff is so good. It is so excellent. Armagh Craze is another one that a lot of people say, but this one is amazing. This one lasts longer than Pegasus, my niche bottle. It's just like, you know, I bought Parfums de Marly Pegasus for about 180 bucks, and then I bought this one for like 27, 28, and this one performs better. It smells the same, and I'm ashamed of myself. But it's creamy vanilla. It smells like a vanilla cloud with some sandalwood, some heliotrope. It's just it's a masterpiece. Whenever I smell it, I'm instantly transported back to like when I first bought it and that, you know, time of my life. It is so elegant though. It's some really good stuff. But this is really good. It lasts just as long as, if not longer than Pegasus. I tried them side by side, smelling them throughout the day, and Pegasus wore off, and then this one was carrying out for at least 2 to 3 more hours. So I was really pleasantly surprised and happy about it. Let's talk about this chocolate animal. This is Kismet Angel. So this would be like a going out nighttime, you know, date time kind of fragrance. So yeah, you wouldn't really want to wear this every day unless you're in like a cooler environment in the fall and the winter time, then you could rock it every day. I mean, you could spray cologne whenever the hell you want, really. Honestly, you bought it, you can wear it whenever. But this would work really, really well in the fall and the winter time. This one smells like chocolate. It's delicious. It's got just a boozy accord in here too, so it's really well rounded. It's beautiful and sexy, but the main thing is the chocolatey vibe. It's like a gourmand fragrance. You can eat this thing, don't eat it, but you know what I mean. It's pretty nice, it lasts for a long time, and you smell like, it's a great fragrance for like the holiday times. It's similar to Angel Share by Kilian, so it's in that kind of same vein. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, guys, that is a bunch of different fragrances from Middle Eastern houses that do it really well, that are really sophisticated, well-rounded, and that are just gonna knock it out of the park for you. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.